A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Reveal Distance Gauge Part 2. And so, it might seem like it's a bit cooler outside, but that's only because of the fact that, well, you never quite know what the weather's going to be like nowadays. There's been lots of changes we've seen lately, many which are not very good, but you know what? This just gives me a great opportunity to be able to work on this series a little bit more than usual. The temperature might have dropped, but yet we're taking a little trip back to the past with an orange recoloring of the Elite Fire Strike, an XD blaster which is capable of shooting 90 feet, according to most of the advertisements we've seen of this blaster. I call this one the Inferno, of course, in regards to the many things about this whole ordeal related to identity and the many crises, or crises, I don't really know exactly how you pronounce it, but a lot of those kind of problems have developed in recent years, and so this exact blaster is just one of dozens that I've seen so far. And I'm not quite surprised that Nerf is just doing this kind of stuff, but in all seriousness, I do quite like this blaster, even as just a simple recoloring with some slight internal modifications. But what we're going to do today is we are going to have ourselves a range test of this blaster. As you can see, we have the range set up. A 100-foot long meter has basically been placed as a guidance point to allow us to figure out exactly how far are the darts from this blaster going to travel. What we have here is the Inferno, and one's fired off. That's the second shot. The third one's gone. And I got 3 more here so we can have ourselves a more optimal set of results. And that one just hit a tree, as you probably saw. Alright, and that one hooked to the right. And well, there we go. So, what we're gonna do now is start off at the 0-foot mark of this meter, work our way down to the very end, and get ourselves a good representation of what the results are like. The lowest shot that we have right here sits at around 30 feet. And there's a good majority of shots that have shot significantly farther. Of course, that previous shot was just a tree shot, so if we look at a good majority of these, then we could pretty much declare 52 feet to be the middle mark. This AccuStrike dart shows to be at the highest mark, and it sits at 59 feet. So what I can determine here is that for a Fire Strike recolor, a blaster that is supposed to shoot at 90 feet according to the advertisements of the XD lineup, it seems that the Inferno is just not necessarily worth it in terms of, well, how it really performs. But I suppose it's what most people will say, that it seems to lack a lot of power over time, and the internals seem to weaken with each and every shot that's fired, so I'm not necessarily surprised about that. Overall, while the Inferno is a solid reskin, it's probably not really worth the pickup if you're looking for a blaster that can perform, as 59 feet seems to be the maximum that this one can obtain. And we've seen a lot of results over the past few years that do allow for much better results. And so, with Ultra Blasters and Rival Blasters, just to name a few, it does seem like that every now and then we will come across something different. But in this exact case, it's probably not the best possible option that you can find in stores or online. So, if you want to go pick one up, do so because of the price and because of how the Fire Strike series, based on the Night Finder series, is in fact a good reimagining of how this original design basically turned into a very popular model almost overnight. So otherwise, if you want to see more, go down to my channel, then make sure that you subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.